In this lecture, we will learn about gaining the right skills for your chosen IT profession. Okay, so once you have an idea of what you want to do, the next step is to start building the skills for the job. I can't emphasize enough that companies like to see real-world experience and the drive to learn in your spare time. Before you can build the skills that you need to be successful in landing your dream job, you need to know what those skills are. Here is a list of steps that you can follow to put you on the right track. Search job postings and note down the key skills they present. Join a degree program, either in person or online, in your chosen field. Get certified. Certifications are very popular in IT and companies love to see them. Watch tutorials in your spare time. Use online resources to help you along the way. I don't know your situation. Maybe you are a high school student, eager to go to a top tech college and start off your career path with a degree program. Or perhaps you work in a field and want to transfer to a career in IT. Perhaps you just like IT as a hobby and enjoy doing it in your spare time. That's fine too. Everyone is unique and so is their situation, so I can't promise every piece of advice I give you is right for you. But I can give you the advice and let you choose your own strategy to achieve your goal based on your needs and dreams. My first piece of advice is to search job postings and note down the key skills that they list. Websites like Indeed.com and Monster.com are great for searching for jobs. You can type in the job title or some keywords and get a list of jobs that fit the description. You can also filter by job level such as entry level, mid-level, and senior, which is an excellent way to make sure you only view positions relative to your experience level. I highly recommend that when you start out, you focus on entry-level jobs. Then go through some of the positions and note down the skills you see overlapping more than once in each of the job descriptions. I would say that you want to jot down 4 or 5 key skills. These could be programming languages, pieces of software, or technical experience needed for the job. Steer clear of writing down, need strong work ethic, or good team player. I have yet to find a job posting that is looking for someone with poor work ethic or that is a horrible team player. These are common sense skills. Sure, they are important and need to be built up, but I'll leave that part to you. I'm interested in having you note down the technical skills that you will need to build up in order to get your foot in the door for interviews and job offers. Here's a brief example of how you would go about doing this step. I am a game development professional, so I will use an example based on my experience scoring through literally hundreds of job postings on game development. I've found that the jobs I am mainly interested in are looking for candidates with the following skills: experience using the Unity game engine, strong C# programming skills, version control experience, preferably using Git, knowledge of mobile optimization techniques, and the ability to rapidly prototype ideas. Let's break down these bullet points and see how they can be applied to your job search. Bullet point 1. Experience using the Unity game engine. Most jobs have a main piece of software that you will work in every day. This piece of software will likely be listed on most of the job postings you view. Note this down as a bullet point and get a thorough familiarity with that software. Bullet point 2. Strong C# programming skills. The first keyword here is strong. Strong doesn't just mean the ability to code something in the language. Strong means the ability to know the different data structures of the language and when they should be used. Strong means the ability to debug the language and be able to spot common errors in that language. The second key here is the language itself. If the job is a C# job, don't waste your time learning 4 languages, one of them being C#. Focus your time and energy on learning C#. Then, after you know it very well, picking up other languages will be easy. Each job has 1 or 2 crucial languages. Again, these will be the ones that are repeated throughout each of the job postings. Bullet point 3. Version control experience, preferably using Git. Version control is very important in saving and managing changes made by several developers and merging those changes together as a team contributes to the project. Aside from the skill, most of the jobs I viewed had another similarity: Git experience. When you see a job say preferably in blank, what they are really saying is that it's okay if you have experience with something else, but it's great if you have experience with that specific tool because it's what the company uses. Bullet point 4. Knowledge of mobile optimization techniques. Notice something here. The techniques themselves aren't specified. The description doesn't say knowledge of techniques like object pooling, pre-caching, and memoization. Instead, it is up to us to research these techniques and learn about them. This type of skill is important because at an interview, you will likely be asked questions on these open technique or skill bullet points. These questions have several right answers, but not giving some of the most popular or common solutions can be a red flag. This type of skill can be studied. Bullet point 5. Ability to rapidly prototype ideas. This one isn't an open-ended skill, but it is very to the point. This job requires someone that can build game prototypes quickly. To do this, you need to have an understanding of several aspects of game development, and the skills to not take long turning ideas into working products. This type of skill is directly acquired through hands-on experience. My next piece of advice is to join a degree program, either in person or online, in your chosen field. If you don't want to or can't go to physical classes, watch online tutorials. The fact you are watching this Udemy tutorial means that you are motivated to learn and have access to online learning resources, so you are already doing this suggestion. But some of you may want to take it a step further and go to a college to get a degree in computing. That's another great option. I would suggest that you look at 3 main factors in this order when choosing a college. Cost-scholarship ratio. If you get a free ride somewhere, you should seriously consider taking it. The less debt you incur during college, the better. Curriculum degree program. Degrees like Bachelor of Science in Computer Science, Information Technology, or Computer Engineering are hardcore, excellent degrees that will give you a great leg up on the competition when it comes time to get a job. Specialized degrees, like those in game development, can be good too. Some employers may, however, respect a CS or IT degree with a focus in game development over a full game development degree. It really depends, but that is just my personal experience with this. For example, I have a Bachelor of Science in Information Technology with a concentration in game development. Prestige of the college. If the college is a top tech school, an Ivy League school, or notable for some big reason, that is definitely a plus. When you give someone your resume, you want them to recognize the name of the college on it. My next piece of advice is to get certified. Certifications are very popular in IT, and companies love to see them. When I say certification, I'm not referring to online learning certificates. I am referring to tests created by Microsoft, Cisco, etc. that are recognized by the industry to gauge a particular technical skill. If you pass a test, you become certified in that area for a certain number of years. Depending on the branch of IT you want to join, this may or may not apply to you. If you are going to be a system admin or networking engineer, I highly recommend some of the CompTIA certifications, like A+ and Linux, to put on your resume. Certification tests are hard, even for skilled professionals. These aren't tests that you study a few weeks for and go and take. Only do this step after you have a degree in the field, several years of personal experience in the field, or have work experience directly related to that certification. Also, it costs money to take the test, regardless of whether you pass or fail. My next piece of advice is to watch online tutorials in your spare time. If you are part of a degree program, this still applies to you. You need to go above and beyond what they have you do in a classroom. Even though I am a Udemy instructor and have years of work experience, I still watch online tutorials and stay aware of industry trends. Learning is a lifelong process, and you need to keep your skills sharp to stay ahead of the curve. The last piece of advice for this lecture is to use online resources to your advantage. Websites like Stack Overflow are great for helping you find and fix errors in your code. If you don't know something, Google it. If you are learning a particular programming language, read the documentation. I know it sounds tedious, but reading the documentation is one of the strongest ways that you could build your skills and become aware of all of the different tools at your fingertips. I know I gave you a lot of advice in this lecture. Take a little time to digest the information and to note down a plan of action. Like I said, you don't have to follow each piece of advice. Choose what makes sense for your goals and needs. Once you have begun to learn the skills needed for a job, the next step is to start building a portfolio of work. In the next lecture, we will learn how to write a great resume.